Welcome, Aviation for Girls crew. I'm Harkron from New York. During our October news, we are asking you to think about gratitude. Gratitude is being thankful, expressing appreciation, and returning kindness. I am grateful for all of the opportunities I have received so far in my life, as I have been able to gain more experience on multiple fronts, as well as broaden my horizons. What are you grateful for, Aviation for Girls Connect News anchors?
Hello, junior members. My name is Charlotte, and I'm from Georgia. I am most appreciative of my sisters because they are always really kind to me and helping me out.
Jambo Women in Aviation Crew. I am Judith from Kenya and I'm grateful for good health because I'm in good state. I'm able to go to school and learn well.
Hey there, Women in Aviation International. I'm Danielle from Illinois. I'm thankful for my family because they support me and my ideas.
Hey, Aviation for Girls Juniors. I'm Alexandra from Ontario, Canada. A positive experience that I'm very thankful for in my life is the opportunity to attend university. I'm very thankful for this because I've always wanted to be a pilot and I knew that's what I wanted to do professionally. So I'm just very grateful to have the opportunity to do that.
Hey Junior Crew, I'm Harnoor. And I'm Harmon. We're sisters from Toronto, Canada. Lately, I've been thankful for finishing flight school.
And I'm grateful to have a sister in aviation who always helps guide me. Please welcome our newest AFG news anchor, Victoria.
Thank you, Harmon. Hey, AFG crew. I'm Victoria from Virginia. My dream is to become an aerospace engineer for NASA and obtain my private pilot's license. I'm grateful to homeschool because it allows me to focus on my passions in engineering and astrophysics.
Hey there, WI Junior members. I am Ariana from California. I am thankful for Aviation for Girls because they teach me so much about aviation.
Hello, Women in Aviation International. I am Maddie from Georgia. I am super grateful for my family because they have done so much for me and gotten me so far to where I am. And it's also just awesome to have a support system.
Welcome, Aviation for Girls. I'm Kate from Texas. I feel fortunate for my friends because they're really supportive.
Hi, AFG crew. I'm Clarissa from California. I'm most appreciative of my parents because they gave me this chance to be part of the AFG crew.
Howdy, WAI crew. I'm Audrey from Minnesota. I'm thankful for Ellen because she keeps my dreams of flight alive by taking me on airplane rides.
Hi, junior members. I'm Ani from California. I'm grateful for my sister Maya because she's a big role model in my life and always inspires me to go chase after my dreams.
Hey, Aviation for Girls. My name is Zainab and I'm from Singapore. What I appreciate most right now is the number of opportunities that Women in Aviation International Singapore chapter provides me because it helps me to pursue my dreams and reach my goals. Please welcome a new AFG Connect News anchor, Cassia.
Hi, Chesh. Thank you, Zainab. I'm Kasha from Frisco, Texas, and my dream is to become an airline pilot and inspire the next generation of women in aviation. I am most thankful for the incredible support of my mentors and community because they have empowered me to believe in my potential and pursue my passion fearlessly.
Hello, Women in Aviation International. I'm June from Washington, D.C. I appreciate the opportunities I have as part of this Girls in Aviation crew because I've met so many interesting people who are helping others through aviation. I'm also very appreciative of my family because they do so many things to help and support me every day.
Thank you for sharing all about what you appreciate and are grateful for, Aviation for Girls crew. There are so many benefits of practicing gratitude. It helps us find what makes us happy, reduces stress, and improves communication with friends and family.
Think about what you're grateful for, AFG crew, and let us know at aviationforgirls@wai.org.
Women in Aviation International is grateful for celebrating 30 years of an organization. To celebrate 30 years, WAI hosted a donation to support the non-profit and their founder, Dr. Peggy Chapriya, who was enshrined into the National Aviation Hall of Fame in Dayton, Ohio, during a special celebration in September of 2024.
We're celebrating 30 years of WAI during this broadcast by featuring Women in Aviation International's founder, Dr. Peggy Chabrian, as our featured pioneer.
Dr. Peggy Chabrian is the founder of Women in Aviation International and retired as WAI president September 2019. She grew the organization from its first conference attended by 150 people in 1990 representing thousands of women in all aspects of aviation today.
She's a multi-thousand-hour commercial pilot as well as a rotary-rated pilot and a flight instructor who has been flying for over 25 years. Prior to her founding Women in Aviation International, she held several top positions in aviation education, including Academic Dean and Association Vice President of Perks College, Dean of Academic Support for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Prescott, Arizona campus, Director of the Center of Excellence for Aviation Space Education at ERAU's Dayton Beach campus, and Department Chair of the Aviation Department at Georgia State University in Atlanta, Georgia.
Let's hear more about Dr. Peggy Chabrian from her Aviation Hall of Fame enshrining video.
Born in 1956 in San Diego, California, Peggy Chabrian had a passion for inspiring others. Chabrian started her career in Chattanooga, Tennessee, majoring in elementary education. After taking her first plane ride in a 1946 Air Coupe, she immediately fell in love with aviation and ultimately decided to transfer to Middle Tennessee State University, changing her major to aviation management. In 1980, Chabrian had achieved her bachelor's in aviation management along with her Master of Education degree in aerospace education. 5 years later, she graduated with her doctoral degree in higher education administration. After graduating, Chabrian began serving as the department chair of the aviation management program at Georgia State University in Atlanta. While there, she wrote a training course outline for putting on flight instructor refresher clinics that were approved by the FAA. In 1986, Peggy Chabrian was hired as an associate professor for the Aeronautical Science Department at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Daytona Beach, Florida. It was here where she truly realized the lack of women majoring in aviation, with only an astonishing 4% of students that were female. It was at this time that the idea formed to create a conference with a theme around women in aviation and their contributions. In March of 1990, the first Women in Aviation Conference was held in Prescott, Arizona, through Embry-Riddle with 150 attendees. The conference has since grown to over 5,200 attendees. Chabrian continued to organize the annual Women in Aviation conferences from 1991 to 1995 through Parks College during her time there as dean. It wasn't until 1994 when the idea took hold to form the nonprofit organization we know today as Women in Aviation International. WAI focuses on supporting women in any aviation career or interest, like mechanics, air traffic controllers, aeronautical engineers, pilots, and more. In 1996, WAI became the only entity organizing the annual conferences and held their first one in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
And I want you to know that you are important to the aviation industry. This conference and this organization is here to support you. You are the conference. You are women in aviation. Thank you.
Northwest Airlines was the major sponsor of this event in Minneapolis, offering a type rating scholarship. The scholarships then continued to expand over the years, providing pilot certificates, aviation maintenance, leadership scholarships, and even a space scholarship. In 2017, WAI had reached the $10 million mark in scholarships, awarded to more than 1,700 individuals, and in 2019, Chabrian retired from WAI. Today, Women in Aviation International is the largest nonprofit organization in the world dedicated to increasing the number of women involved in all aspects of aviation and aerospace, with more than 20,000 members in 120 countries. Now please welcome educator and advocate Dr. Peggy Chabrian into the National Aviation Hall of Fame.
Amazing video to celebrate Dr. Peggy Chabrian. She's a very accomplished pioneer.
Did you know that Women in Aviation International was formed as a nonprofit 5 years after the first Women in Aviation conference?
Wow, so the conference to empower and celebrate women in aviation came first. How did Girls in Aviation Day start?
Girls in Aviation Day also started at conference. It was originally Bring Your Daughter to Conference Day. We just celebrated Girls in Aviation Day's 10th anniversary. on September 21st, 2024.
Some of our AFG Connect News anchors interviewed hosts and attendees at our events. Take a look.
I'm Audrey from Minnesota. I'm interviewing Ellen at Girls in Aviation Day.
I'm Ellen Quist. I fly corporate, and so I'm a corporate pilot. I manage a couple of airplanes, and I'm a flight instructor. And I got into aviation because when I was in high school, I was really interested in airplanes, and I did something called Civil Air Patrol, which kind of got me exposure to the aviation world. And then when I got out of college, I started working at the airport as a line tech at an FBO. And then I started flight training, and now I do it full time. So I've been in aviation for about 6 years full time, and this is my third Girls in Aviation Day.
Girls can do anything! My name's Emma. My name's Sophia.
My name's Ava.
My role in aviation is I went to get a degree, totally unrelated to aviation. When I graduated college, I decided I wanted to change pace, and I am taking my private pilot check ride at the end of next month, and I hope to become an airline pilot. I currently have my private pilot's license, and I'm working on my instrument rating now over in flight at Flying Cloud, and I also plan to be an airline pilot one day.
So I'm in my ground school right now. I'm a freshman up at Grand Forks, North Dakota at UND. And later this spring, I'll be taking my private pilot license.
Hi, this is Kate, and right now I'm at the LeTourneau University Airport interviewing my mom. So what's your name?
Laura Laster.
Where are you from?
I grew up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Actually, and some of the people watching your show might know about that because there is a really big air show there every summer. But that's not really how I got interested in aviation, although it helped.
What is something that's tricky for your students?
Something tricky is probably learning to manage their own time, because when people start college, not all of them know how much sleep they need and study time they need. And also when you are in aviation and you're learning to fly, flying takes a lot of time. So you have a lot of things, and they sometimes struggle with knowing how much time to spend on those things and how much time to spend on fun and those kinds of things.
What's your favorite plane?
My favorite airplane is the 747-100. And, oh, maybe I should, can I show you a model of it? Mm-hmm. I will grab it. Okay, this is my favorite airplane here. I like the 747-100 because Boeing took a big gamble when they built this plane. Also, I just think the first one looked very cool because it has only 3 windows on the upper deck. And apparently, a long time ago, pilots called them 3-holers. I guess because only 3 holes in the upper deck, which I thought was funny, but anyway, yeah.
Okay, did you have any previous jobs before this job?
Yes, so I worked in high school, well, before high school, I was a babysitter. And then I worked at the Experimental Aircraft Association as a person in the museum, in the gift shop, because it was an airplane museum, and they had a gift shop. And then I worked as a flight instructor for LeTourneau University, and then I was a survey pilot flying King Airs for a company called Dynamic Aviation. Then they started an airline, and I became a dispatcher for them. So I was working at an airline, and then I came back to work at LeTourneau University as a dispatch manager, and then for a while I worked with making the schedule, and then I became a professor also at LeTourneau University.
When did you first realize you wanted to fly?
I think I was in high school when I was telling people I was interested in aviation. I had a teacher, my history teacher, Mr. Russell, who said I should learn to be a pilot. And so that's when I thought, oh, that would be a really cool job. And I didn't really know it was going to take me into teaching, but I also really like teaching other people. So this is a good job for me.
What's some advice you would give to someone who's new to college?
Well, I already said managing your time, but you really need to go to class. I mean, like, we have to go to class because of the FAA, which regulates everything in aviation, says there are certain hours you have to do to go to class. And so people are paying to go to college and they should try to get the most out of it. And that includes going to class, managing your time well, and then spending actual time studying. So I know that sounds like really basic, but people get very distracted and they don't focus on the big thing, and they're probably in college to study something, so you should study that thing. Yeah, but having fun is important. We just need to know when to take breaks.
Well, do you have anything else that you use to help people with aviation?
I do. I actually have a YouTube channel that you know about called Aviation 101 with Laura, and it's a lot of things about learning to fly and all kinds of aviation things that really go from the very basics on some of the things to I have a lot of people trying to get airline job interviews that watch these things because I explain things that are complicated. And well, my friend and your friend Cece, who she asked me to make a video one time because she was going to an airline job and people are having trouble understanding something super complicated. So I have a lot of videos about a lot of different things on that channel, but Aviation 101 with Laura if people want to look it up. Thanks for having me.
And right now I'm here at my mom's work interviewing my mom's student. So what's your name?
My name's Sailor Hunt.
So where are you from?
I'm from Juneau, Alaska, so pretty far from here.
So what are you studying here at LeTourneau?
I'm studying professional flight with an aviation maintenance concentration, so I do both the flying and the maintenance.
What do you think is the hardest subject?
Right now it's aerodynamics. I think it's reputation is a pretty hard class. It's pretty difficult concepts, but it's cool to see it actually apply in real life. So.
What do you think is the easiest subject?
My easiest subject, probably intro to recip engines. So just learning about the engines. I think I'm a mechanical thinker, so I pick it up pretty easy.
What's your favorite plane?
I'm gonna mess up saying it even though we just talked about it, but the de Havilland Beaver, and I like seaplanes a lot. I want to get my seaplane license.
What would be some advice you would give to someone who's just starting college?
Figure out what your priorities are. It's easy to get mixed up in some things that you used to do in high school maybe, but you gotta realize that in college you're studying for your career, not just to get into the next level of school, unless you're doing a master's or a doctorate program, but figure out what your priorities are and stick with it.
Amazing recordings, AFG anchors. This year, Girls in Aviation Day reached over 33,000 attendees throughout over 190 events throughout more than 30 countries.
Wow, that was incredible. I had a great time attending Girls in Aviation Day this year. My favorite part this year was getting all the free giveaways. Everyone loves Delta cookies. I mean, biscuit cookies.
It is amazing to think about how much our Aviation for Girls crew has grown and how wide the reach of inspiring the future of aviation is.
Yes, it's incredible. A lot of that reach comes from our chapters. Some new chapters to Women in Aviation International are...
Please welcome Women in Aviation International's newest chapter, the Armenia chapter, from Yerevan, Armenia.
One of our chapters is Utah State University. They just became an official chapter. Way to go, USU.
To celebrate our Aviation for Girls Connect News anchor interviewed USU alumni and Women in Aviation International's 2024 Girls in Aviation Day intern to learn more about aviation colleges and help our high school Aviation for Girls crew choose amazing schools to reach for their dreams.
Let's hear more about Jalen's journey from undergrad to flight planning.
Grove. I currently am working at FlexJet as a flight planner, and I graduated from Utah State University this last May.
And I'm Anya. I'm a senior in high school, and I'm a news anchor for Girls in Aviation. And girls are applying to college, and I thought it would be a good way to just introduce Utah State and get girls excited about going into college. The first question I have for you is, what made you choose Utah State over the other colleges? What stood out to you about Utah State?
I chose Utah State for a lot of different reasons. I went to a women in aviation conference, the one in Reno, my junior year of high school, I want to say, and I met some staff from Utah State, and I met a member of the Women in Aviation chapter at Utah State, and I made a connection with them and was able to go on a tour with them specifically of like the school's airport and the school's aviation department, which made the world of difference because on campus tours you don't always get the tours of specific departments or the tours of offsite facilities. So that was one of my main reasons. But the other one was it was the most affordable for me. And I liked the feel of the campus. It was a very homey feel, and I felt like I meshed very well with the culture of the campus.
And the next one is, what is your advice for high school seniors figuring out what college would be a good fit for them, social and academic and aviation-wise?
Aviation-wise, find somewhere that you think will challenge you and somewhere that you think your needs as a student will be met, as well as you won't feel silly asking any little question. You will feel like you have the support system to answer every question you have and to remain curious. Social, I would say, if you go on a tour and see the campus and feel the campus, that's always my favorite recommendation. But if you can't tour the campus, reach out, ask students who are going there right now to kind of get a gauge on what their social life is like, kind of how they like campus and what they like about it, what they don't like about it. That way you know what you're getting yourself into. And then academic wise, find somewhere that you feel like, again, will support you, and find somewhere that you have, like, I connected really well with a lot of my professors. And so I feel like finding somewhere that I felt safe to have, like, have those curiosities and ask those questions that sometimes feel a little silly, but also finding the staff on campus to support you.
The next one is, did you start Utah State with any prior flying experience? For example, did you come in with your PPL?
I did not. I went in no experience. I know a lot of people who have done the challenge course, which is coming in with their private pilot's license and then just starting the building course and getting it switched over to Part 141, which is the college side, and not just going to like a small flight school. But I did not personally.
Did weather in Utah play a big role in like finding time to do flights? Did it like interrupt any of your like lessons or anything?
Yes, I was delayed for 2 months waiting on weather for one flight because it was a night flight, so the weather restrictions are a little bit more than if it was like a day flight plus it was a solo flight. But I just had terrible winds, thunderstorms in the summer, and the school didn't work with me to like there was no way to move the course around. I had to do it in sequence. And so I was stuck on this flight for 2 months and I didn't do any other flights. I felt like I kind of fell out of it. But so yes, the weather sometimes gets in the way, but that is the life of a pilot, I feel like.
How did you stay involved in the Women in Aviation chapter at Utah State?
I got in touch with the advisor for the chapter. I talked to her and I was like, how do I get involved? Can you add me to the email list? I want to be in this organization really badly. Like, it's one of my passions. And so I just kind of talked to her, and then I started going to events. And then at the end of the year after the conference, I said, hey, I think I want to run for Girls in Aviation Day lead. I love Girls in Aviation Day. I like event planning. And so I kind of did that. That was my way of staying involved, was going to events and then getting on the board and getting a leadership position.
Nice. And then what was your favorite aviation related experience from your time at college?
Ooh, definitely being Girls in Aviation Day lead. Planning an event for Girls in Aviation Day was my favorite thing. Our school has like previous like booths that we have kids that have done them, but being able to go through and see the booths that we've already done and make some new booths, but also connect with people on campus to say, hey, this is a passion of mine, it should be a passion of yours too, or do you want to help support my passion? And finding volunteers that aren't necessarily in the aviation community to learn even more about the aviation community was so fun. And seeing like every little girl at Girls in Aviation Day enjoying themselves was so great.
Was there ever like a time when you felt like you were kind of like the only like woman, like?
Oh yeah. My freshman year, being not on the main campus my freshman year, I was the only girl in a class of 9. So it was 1 in 10. It was really intimidating. My first day of classes as a freshman in college, I was like, I can do this. It's fine. I can do this. It's okay.
If you could go back and give like one piece of advice to like, I guess, seniors, like what would you give, like what advice would you give them?
Ooh, that's a good one, Anya. That's a good question. If I could go back and give advice to the seniors, I would
Or just
say
like anyone.
Be curious. I feel like I never ask enough questions, and I ask a lot of questions usually. So be curious, keep an open mind, and like don't be black and white. I used to be a very, very black and white person, and so I'm growing out of that. I'm learning not to be. So keep your mind open and know that there's yes, there's no, and there's maybe. But that's my biggest advice.
How do you think Utah State like set you up for like the working field, like for your career wise? Like
I double majored. I did aviation management and professional piloting. And so I'm in the aviation management side of things just because that's kind of where my heart led me. I think it set me up very well to understand aviation rules and terminology, kind of just how the aviation world works as a whole. And I feel like it made my transition into the working life a lot easier.
Awesome interview. Thank you so much, Anya, for this.
Absolutely. My favorite part of the interview was getting to learn more about Jalen and her path through Utah State. It is time for celebration. I heard we have a lot of shoutouts this broadcast.
Wow, you heard that correctly. Our AFG crew is really strong. Just listen to these amazing accomplishments from our community.
Congrats to our AFG News anchor, Maddie from Georgia, for completing her Towered Airport requirements for her private pilot's license on Girls in Aviation Day, September 21st, 2024. She also completed her first cross country on September 22nd and her long cross country on September 23rd. Way to soar, Maddie!
Thank you, Victoria. I celebrated Girls in Aviation Day weekend by completing the flying requirements for my private pilot certificate. Congratulations, Gabby, for completing your pilot ground school on April 14th, 2024.
Way to go, AFG Connect News anchor Kasha from Texas, for completing your private pilot certificate on October 17, 2024. Congratulations and way to soar, Kasha.
Thank you, Alexandra. My favorite part about becoming a pilot has been the thrill of mastering new skills and knowing that each flight brings me closer to my goals. Kudos to you, Gabby from New York, for completing your first discovery flight in June of this year and for being accepted into an aviation university this October. Way to soar, Gabby!
Congratulations, Jillian from Texas, for completing her pilot certificate. Way to go, Jillian!
Way to go, Neela from Georgia, for completing her private pilot's written test on October 5th, 2024. Congratulations, Neela.
Kudos to Madeline from Maryland for completing her first solo on August 19th, 2024. Her first solo followed her first discovery flight on April 8th, 2024. Madeline was inspired by Girls in Aviation 2023 to pursue flying. Way to soar, Madeline!
And way to go, AFG Connect News anchor, for participating in the Girls in Aviation Day panel at her local event in Singapore. Thanks for inspiring the next generation, and congratulations.
Thank you, Charlotte. My favorite part of the Girls in Aviation Day Singapore panel was definitely interacting with like-minded individuals in the panel, as I was able to connect with more girls my age who had similar interests. Way to soar, Juliet from Washington, for completing her private pilot certificate on Girls in Aviation Day on September 21st, 2024. Juliet celebrated by volunteering at GI 8024 with the Rose City chapter. Congratulations, Juliet!
Congratulations, Zachary from California, for completing your first solo flight on October 2nd, 2024. Way to go, Zachary!
Kudos to Kaylee for completing her first solos on her 16th birthday. That was a great way to celebrate your birthday. Congrats and happy birthday, Kaylee.
Well, we have two sisters from North Carolina to celebrate. Emily and Evie completed Space Camp in Huntsville, Alabama in June 2024. Emily is inspired to become a mission control specialist. Congratulations, Emily. And congratulations, Evie, for also earning her L1 certification from Triple Rocket.
Association for passing the written exam, building and successfully flying the rocket she built in July 2024. Way to reach for the stars, Evie.
Congratulations to Sydney from Washington for completing her first solo in a Blanik L-23 glider on August 9th, 2024. Way to reach the skies, Sydney.
Congrats on reaching your dreams, AFG Connect News anchor Judith from Kenya. Judith is starting an aviation university to focus on business and aviation. Congrats, Judith.
Thank you, Danielle. Wait, so Aja from Colorado for completing numerous accomplishments in 2024, including discovery of flights, the organization of Black Aerospace Professionals Project Aerospace programs, the Mile High Flight Program, and her drone pilot certificate. Way to go, Aja.
Way to reach for the skies. Paige from Texas for completing her flight instructor instrument certificate. This certificate is frequently called CFII. Way to go, Paige.
Whoa, we have some rock stars in our AFG crew. Congratulations, everyone, on your fantastic accomplishments.
We know that each of you have aviation dreams you're pursuing, and we can't wait to see how you reach for the skies and beyond.
If you want to showcase your aviation dreams, enter our Aviation for Girls costume contest by dressing up as your dream career, an aviation role model, or your future self.
Costume contest entries are due November 1, 2024 by 11:59 p.m. You can find the rules for entry on the sidebar of the Aviation for Girls app under Contests.
Hey Victoria, can I dress as a spider who is a pilot?
You could try, but spiders know how to tailspin.
Haha! Funny joke, AFG crew. We will announce the winners during our AFG Engage e-learning webinar on November 14, 2024.
Register for the STEM webinar on aviation, firefighting, and forest services under events on the AFG app.
If you're in high school, talk to your school about the 2025 Aviation Design Challenge opportunity from the General Aviation Manufacturers Association. This annual competition, now, it's the 13th year that promotes careers in aviation in the United States high schools. Throughout aviation-focused and science, technology, engineering, mathematics, STEM education curriculum.
The first 150 schools that register will receive a free Fly to Learn curriculum. This is aligned with national STEM standards to facilitate the learning of flight and airplane design principles. Teachers can guide their students through this curricula in approximately 4 to 6 weeks.
The teams will then apply their knowledge to virtually modify an airplane design and complete a mission in a fly-off using X-Plane software.
Visit www.gamma.aero and look for the Aviation Design Challenge under Opportunities in GA.
If you are interested in learning about unmanned aircraft systems and model aircraft, look into the Academy of Model Aeronautics. Registration is open for the 2024 to 2025 UAS for STEM season.
This competition is a drone engineering challenge where students work as a team to build, program, and fly a drone. The competition is for everyone, anywhere in the world. Gather an Aviation for Girls team and prepare for the competition. Learn more at this address, https://amablog.modelaircraft.org/UAS for STEM/.
Thanks so much for tuning in for Aviation for Girls Connect News October. We have loved sharing all the AFG crew accomplishments, featuring clips from our Girls in Aviation Day, and finally learning more about what it is like to attend an aviation university.
If you have any ideas for our next broadcast, you can submit feedback, jokes, and other ideas by scanning this QR code.
We would love to hear what you think about Aviation for Girls Connect News and share your joke during our next broadcast in December.
I scanned the QR. There are just a few questions. All ideas help build content and our Aviation for Girls crew.
Thanks for tuning in, Aviation for Girls. Please share your feedback. We always want to make Connect News better for you.
Thank you so much for tuning in. See you in December, AFG crew. Thanks for watching Aviation for Girls Connect News. We'll reach for the blue skies again in December. Keep working on your dreams. Bye.
We look forward to inspiring your imagination again in December. Thanks for watching the news. Remember to keep on soaring and exploring.
See you next time, WAI Junior members. Bye!
Bye for now, AFG crew. Hope you enjoyed Connect News.
Bye, Aviation for Girls crew. Thank you for watching the October AFG Connect News.
Until next time, Aviation for Girls. See you in December.
See you next time, AFG crew. Bye!
We can't wait to share the news with you again in December. Bye, AFG crew.
Thanks for tuning in, WAI Junior members. See you later.
Bye, AFG crew. Hope you enjoy Connect News. See you in December.
It was wonderful joining as an anchor for Aviation for Girls. Thanks for tuning in. Do widzenia. Bye.
Thanks for watching Aviation for Girls Connect News.
We'll see you next time.
Asante sana Aviation for Girls. See you next time. Kwaheri.
Bye, Women in Aviation International members. We are looking forward to our next broadcast in December.
Thank you to all the anchors for your time, dedication, and effort spent on Aviation for Girls Connect News. Goodbye.